Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
Hey guys, welcome if you're new and welcome back to my channel if you're May baby. So today's video is going to be a reaction video. I haven't done one in a long time. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. It's just me reacting to both Cardi B and Offset's interviews. Surprisingly, Offset did an interview and I'm just shocked. I'm going to be reacting to Jay Shetty's interview with Cardi B, and I'm also going to be doing Kiki Plummer's interview with Offset. That was just aired yesterday, so I'm going to be reacting to that with you guys. I did already watch this interview, but both of them, but I just wanted to I wanted to share my thoughts on it with you guys. I did a little bit of it. I did a little bit of my thoughts on it via TikTok, which I'll put up here. But let's get right into this video.
All right, y'all, today's guest I have been wanting to talk to for a long time. You might have first heard him as one-third of the iconic trio Migos, but that was just the beginning. Now he's charting his own path as a solo artist, and he's already proving himself as a hit maker in his own right. He's also a family man, a businessman, and someone who's always one step ahead, whether it's on the music charts or in fashion, okay? He's fitted. Offset, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, Kiki. You know you're my sister. You know what it is.
So we go way back to the Atlanta days.
Hello.
In the studio, chilling.
In the studio, cooking. Yep.
How have you been? It's so good to see you.
I've been pushing, man.
Okay.
I love the music I've been putting out. I've been making in the lab.
And I know you've been real experimenting with a lot of different stuff. Little James Brown stuff you mentioned before. Obviously, you always talk so positively about Michael. We all love Michael, but you've been mixing a lot of things. Yeah,
I just want to always get into like a character or like some inspiration when I'm working on a new project.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it don't work out for me saying it out loud. I feel like the music sometimes is a better place for me to put it at. Like, I go through real life like everybody else, and I feel like that's why it's more like a personal vibe. But I'm gonna have some turn-ups though. We still gonna have a good time.
But
it ain't like no sad, like low vibrations. It's just like it's expression of feeling on this album. Fully though.
And I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I think as an artist, that's the thing, right? A lot of times we don't want to say it. Like, I'll perform it, I'll sing it, I'll write it a lot of times before I say it out loud, or you know what I'm saying? Because that's just not how I work. So,
exactly.
Now, you also dropped a single, Swing My Way, featuring I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Who?
Anak.
Oh yeah.
Anak.
Shout out to Anak.
Now, I heard y'all, there was like some rumors y'all was dating. Is that true?
No, we weren't dating, man. I just think they took the footage. Like somebody we shooting a video and somebody like catch us shooting a scene without the camera showing.
Yeah, out of context.
I think it was just out of context.
Yeah.
That's my friend, that's my homie. Like, I've been knowing her since Paris Fashion Weeks for like 2020. So it's like, it's my dog, and I just wanted a black, beautiful queen to be in the video. That's all it is.
Period.
You know
Shout out to Anak, period. Now, fashion, real quick, I got to get into that, because what has fashion been for you? I feel like you, the Migos, I feel like what y'all have represented and how y'all ushered fashion in has been a big part of your storytelling. Yeah. Was that something that you always felt, or did it grow over time?
It was something I always felt, even when I was young in high school, like in Atlanta, when polo was the thing, and like Jordans and stuff like that. I just always attracted myself to fashion. I feel like you get to identify yourself, you get to express yourself in fashion. There ain't no limits. You know what I'm saying? I like going left a little bit, like clothes that I feel like people and maybe rap might not understand or might want to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it separates yourself. Fashion is such a big place, and it's like an open field for fans too. So like, and when you respect it in that space, it takes a long time to get respected in the space, but once you respect it and you're like leading people on what to wear, it's like, it feel good for me to wear something a certain way, and then I see it start being the way they doing it. You know what I'm
it's like an unspoken language.
Exactly.
But you always been setting trends and making waves, for sure. For sure. Now, I got to go back to the beginning. Now, Cardi, your ex-wife, or I don't even know if divorce is final, but I know she filed for divorce in 2024. Where do y'all stand now?
I mean...
Is it finalized, the divorce?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's not finalized.
Still going through it.
Do you want it to be finalized?
I'm ready to be over it, for it to be over it, yeah.
Really?
Just so, like, just for both of us, like, I feel like that be a louder story than what we really love to do, which is music and art. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying that. Not like nothing towards her. It's like it blinds the people to what we are to the people, which is our artists. It blinds me because
for a while
it's
I
too
thought
personal.
if it was a part of this, because sometimes performance art can go far. So I didn't know if it was like a lead up to the 2 albums and we was gonna get a gag or what. You don't know what is real life anymore because a lot of times people be doing reality shows into the music marketing. So I wasn't sure.
No, I'm a player. I would never do that. I would never play with my personal life to make a hit or make me have a moment in music. Nah, it's real. It's real life, man. It's real life. It's a hard thing to do.
So I'm sorry to hear that.
And then I don't understand. My thing is with it, like, I just feel like it shouldn't be the story for the both of us. That's why I'm ready for it to get over with. Cause like it be just the story for both of us. When I see posts,
I about to say it's a lot of social media stuff. A lot of the social media stuff. I'm sure for you, again, I've never been in a high profile relationship or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And even with my, significant other at the time with my son, it became a thing. And it was like, oh my gosh, what the hell I'm gonna do? So I can only imagine the magnitude when you guys both are in the entertainment industry. Do you think that has something to do with it? I know you can't just blame it ain't about blaming the public or something like that. No,
not blaming the public. No, it's just like being the face, like, just like you saying, like 2 of us being superstars. Your business is always out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could rewrite the book, I would have never been public. It would have never been public. You know what I mean? Or public, like it had just never been public. Because when it's public, it's opinions, then, like, they're watching everything. Like, I was definitely not perfect in the situation. You know what I mean? I made a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that I did wrong. She did things that was wrong, and it's like, but it's always on the front screen.
Yeah, it's hard to move on.
It's hard to move on from it. Exactly.
It's hard to move on when people keep telling you and all this type of stuff. I mean, is there anything that you wish you would have done differently, or that you regret, or that you?
I should have respected her way more. You know what I mean? I made bad decisions as a man, like stepping out, like gotta take that on the chin. Like that's why when she left, I had to take that on the chin because like I could have been we got so much our kids to live for. I was being selfish, you know what I mean? And I can say that as a man. I'm a grown man, you know what I mean? I can say that. I wish there wasn't so much internet stuff going on.
Yeah.
I got out of pocket a couple times because, bro, it feel like you're getting bullied. Like I used to never say nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
I seen recently some things.
I tried to recently just say something, just like to try to defend myself.
Yeah.
Because the narrative be nasty sometimes on me, and it don't be that.
But Cardi's she's always been a media personality. She always been somebody to tell, her life and everything. So it does seem very natural coming from her. We expect her to say stuff, but you never want people to be in a bad way. So when I'm seeing all that type of stuff, I hate it for both of y'all. I want love to survive, and I really, I loved it for you guys. So there was, I hate to see it happen like that, but the truth of the matter is life goes on.
Exactly. Live and you learn.
Yeah. Everything on the internet, it lasts, but it don't have to last forever for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't. Now, you talked about something else that I think is really important about how you quit codeine.
Yes. 4 years strong now.
That's incredible, man.
4
really,
years
like,
strong.
seriously, let's all clap for that. Seriously.
Had to put that cup down.
Man, so that's a lot. That's a lot. Too. It was, I can only imagine. And then you said something that I want to also say is that a lot of people think people do drugs to be cool, but they do it because of pain.
Yes.
So for you, what was underneath that? Like when you actually sat with the pain that you were using the codeine to suppress or to medicate with, what did you find? Or what are you finding?
It was like, remember I told you like after Bad and Bougie got like real serious for me?
Yeah.
It became like a job. So it's more like you doing things like the cope, the job, because the job is a lot. Traveling all the time, not being with your kids all the time, people saying this or that, being in the group, going against the business side of it. It's just all that in one bottle. So I was taking it to the cup. And then you know what you get tricked on? A lot of artists I feel like be tricked on like, oh, I can't make music without the drugs. That's cap. I believe that's cap. For me personally, that's cap. It's like, that's just giving yourself an excuse. And then like, it's also addicting. So then it becomes an addiction versus you just doing it. You know what I mean? At first you're just doing it, okay, experimenting, playing with it. straight might be stressed. You can get high a little bit, but then it becomes an addiction, and then it starts to your loved ones start to peeping. Like my mama started telling me, "Hey, boy, I don't like you on this. What this is, and you sleep and you're aggravated and you ain't being my son. You're arguing, and then I had a wake up call. My oldest son was like, he kept asking for like pineapple Fanta, but he don't even really drink soda. He ain't asking me. And then one day he came in the studio like, why yours a different color than mine? It killed me. I'm like, oh no, I gotta get off this. That's what touched me. I'm like, what? Because it's like him paying attention. And he just kept asking, Dad, can I get a Fanta? And I'm like, well, when you start drinking soda, he's like, you drink it. And then one day I was in the studio and he was like, yours is a different color than mine. Why? And I was like, mine. Oh, I had to lie to him because I ain't know what to say. I'm like, mine it's old. I'm about to throw it away. And I just grabbed it and walked off. When I went in my room, it's just like, I damn near cried. I'm like, damn, I felt bad as a father, like, for my son to be trying to, he don't even know there's drugs in here, though. He don't know, but in my head, it's like him even just saying he want the same soda I want. It's just like, oh, no, I'm influencing him. And it was a thing with my family, like my mama didn't like it. Nobody in my family liked it, and they just kept saying it, and it started to hurt. Cause I ain't no Jay or nothing, you know what I mean? And like I'm successful, I got money, and it's just when your mama calling you like, and she like, you need to get off that stuff. And she said 2-3 times, it hurt for sure. It hit right, especially my mama, cause my mama
but
like my queen.
I think it's real in our generation where we sit and think, we think about. So when somebody is an addict or an addiction, we assume a particular look. We think about somebody that's on the corner, old Jay that used to be down on 53rd. But no, that's actually not true. Having an addiction or being a person that's addicted to something, it can come in all types of looks and shapes and sizes.
Exactly.
And that's why sometimes it's hard for us to recognize it in ourselves or in our friendships. So it's a blessing that you have people that love you, man.
That's what I'm about to say. I'm glad I got solid people around me. See, my mama gonna tell me, hey, buddy, you're that wrong. Every time, I don't care about all that. You're home. People ain't telling me, but I got people all around. My team gonna tell me. My creative director tell me, hey, you're tripping. So it's like I try to surround myself with people around me that's gonna put me in my place. Cause sometimes, you got the money, you living life, can't nobody tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Or you get to moving that way. But you can't tell me nothing. I'm the one. But I always get that wake up call from my core people, my family, which I'm thankful for having that.
So this is the next evolution in your life, you know what I mean? And I guess you're now single man or soon to be out of this divorce, which, I don't know, good or bad, how you feel about that. But now, what is this new theme of the next chapter of your life? If you could put it into a few words.
I kind of... All right, so what I was going to do on this album, I'm going to just keep it real. Like, I was going to speak on certain things and live with certain narratives.
Okay.
Because that's what's going to be the case anyways. So I'm just being raw with stuff, but it ain't so specific on my relationship.
Okay.
I'm touching on other things that need to be touched on too. You know what I'm saying? Like some things about the business, the group.
Mm-hmm. Was there truth to you and Sweetie?
No, man. It was a rumor, man, and I feel like it was something deeper than that for the split of me and bro. It was something deeper than that. You know what I mean? It was something deeper than that. I don't really want to touch on, but it's something deeper than that. I think that was just like that was a thing that was a bug that I heard. I think people was trying to tear my situation down in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
you think there were business people that were plotting on you both?
For sure.
Yeah, and they were creating you guys, stopping you guys from being strong so that y'all couldn't go together against that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, because I would be seeing I would be seeing headlines and we men, so we don't play those games. We don't even know how to do that. And so it's just like, That was a weird thing, though. That was kind of crazy.
I mean, the lengths that people go in our industry to enmesh themselves in your personal life to get certain outcomes in business, their lengths are great. People have put my mom against me in situations just to get me to record a song I didn't want to record. So I know all about that type of stuff.
And that's mom dudes.
I know. She was a little black lady. She didn't know what these folks was doing. She just wanted to help me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what people do.
They playing it dirty, though.
People play dirty. They try to do all that kind of stuff. So, I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? What you guys had to endure. Sound like you ain't dropping some.
Yeah, I'm talking some stuff, but it ain't no, like, I'm not dissing.
Shots fired. It's just,
I'm not doing
truth.
that. That's why I ain't doing that. I'm gonna give you me. I mean, this guy right here.
Come on, glasses came off.
This beautiful guy right here, you know what I mean?
Exclusive.
Hello.
Okay. I don't want to let you go, but I gotta let you go. But
okay, y'all, I got therapy in 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little recap on this one, and then we'll come back into Cardi B's interview. So I only touched up on things that had to do with their relationship. I didn't really touch up on the whole interview. I did watch the whole interview myself, which I will link in my description box down below, so you guys can watch the whole thing yourself, so you can get a better insight of who he is as a person, what he's been through. I do feel bad for him, and I do feel there's a two sides to both stories, but because I'm a Cardi girl, I'm Team Cardi, always. But there are some things he was saying, I'm just like, what? You can see my face expression. When he was talking about their separation, and he was like admitting that he messed up, it's like, you don't have to admit it. We know, we saw, there was proof, we know exactly what you did and how you stepped out of your relationship. And then it was kind of sad to me when I heard that his journey to quitting, the liquid nitrogen. I don't know. I don't know what else I can call it that's gonna make it safe for other kids to watch, for people to watch, if there's people underage watching. I might restrict it, to be honest, now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna restrict it. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. His journey of overcoming addiction and stuff like that, and how his son saw him doing it and didn't know what it was and thought it was just orange pineapple Fanta. That was very sad to me. It's like, I'm so happy that he didn't tell him what it is, and I'm so happy that his oldest son was the reason why he stopped altogether, because kids do watch. They watch everything you do. Like, when I'm taking pictures of myself and the way I pose, I noticed that my little sister, she did the same kind of poses, and I was like, oh wait, she be watching me, damn. So that's why I have to be careful what I post on social media, because my younger siblings do watch me. So I'm really happy that he stopped, because imagine if his son saw him doing that. There could either only be two outcomes to that, right? His son finding losing respect for his dad, or his son thinking it's cool and also doing it, which was his son ended up doing option 2, not the actual liquid nitrogen, but doing the thinking it was orange pineapple. I don't know why I keep saying orange Fanta, because I love me some orange Fanta, okay, man. But he was almost gonna be doing it, because if he knew what it was, he would have found a way to get it, because his dad is doing it. You see what I'm saying? He's being influenced by his dad, just like his dad is an influence. He's an influence. His celebrity does influence other people too, not just his own kid. So him asking for pineapple Fanta was like, hey, my dad drinks pineapple. No, breathe. My dad drinks pineapple Fanta, so I'm gonna drink pineapple Fanta too. It must be that good. Whole time the dad is doing liquid nitrogen, colored liquid nitrogen. So I'm glad that he did that part, and I like I said in my TikTok video, that I really like how they're both very respectful in this interview when it comes to talking about each other. Cardi doesn't talk down on him on her interview, which we're gonna be watching together later. I'm gonna get some clips, certain areas later after my therapy, because I have therapy literally in like 20 minutes probably now. And I really like that. I feel like Cardi's is more personal than his. I feel like Kiki only asked about his upcoming and overcoming addiction in his marriage. That's all she asked. That's why I don't really like watching Kiki Palmer interviews, because she doesn't really ask the core, in-depth, questions. But I mean, the questions she asks is really good questions in my opinion. At the same time, I just wish she would ask more in-depth questions that gets into the person's skin, like deep down. the way Jay Shetty does. But hey, Jay Shetty, when he's interviewing like he's a therapist, and I love it. So that's how I would interview if I was an interviewer. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. I'll be right back, and we're gonna watch Cardi B's interview portion. All right, y'all. I just finished therapy, so we're gonna get right into this clip. So we are going to be watching Cardi B's interview. All right, my brother was being too loud, but we're gonna be watching Cardi B's interview with Jay Shetty. I already watched, like I said, I've already watched both of these interviews, you guys. I already have my but I just wanted to show you guys certain areas. We're gonna go to certain parts of her interview where it has to do with her and Offset, and I just wanted to talk about like how they both feel each other and how much I love and respect that they both have respect for each other and they both didn't put each other down, So let's get right into it.
My marriage, I felt the love dying. I was crying every day. I fell in the deepest depression that I had ever had.
Cardi B, welcome to On Purpose.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell you something, and I mean this. You can go back 6 years when I launched the podcast. People would always ask me, they'd say, who do you want on the show?
Yeah.
Like who would be your dream guest? And I'd always say Cardi B, and I'll tell you why. Because no one would ever put us in the same room together. We're just so different externally. But I believe there's a spiritual connection that we'll find out today.
You know what's so funny? I saw a video of you and I definitely won't. I was like, I want to send it to my boyfriend, but it's about like asking difficult questions. And it's like when you ask difficult questions and you get over the difficult question and you discuss the difficult questions, it really do make you stronger. It really do make the relationship stronger. It's like, oh my gosh, he really is like, is he a psychic?
Did you send it to him?
Huh?
Did you send it to your boyfriend? What did he say?
He was like, yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, exactly.
Did it change any behavior?
We'll see.
Okay.
On the next question.
I love it. I wanted to ask you, first of all, I heard that you have a hidden talent, that you can name the 46 presidents in order. Is that real?
I can't. It comes and go. It comes and go. I just know a lot of weird, different facts about presidents.
Okay.
And people will be like, but why? That is so random. Like when I was younger, I didn't really have like Nintendos and sometimes I had cable and sometimes I didn't. So I just really ain't had no choice but to read. And like, I like to read like factual stuff. So I would just read like a whole bunch of history things. Like me, I would literally, when I'm bored, like, you know how they give you the history books in your school? I would literally read the whole history book in a week from front to back, just because I'm bored.
Wow, that's impressive though. Do you still get bored now? Do you even have time to be bored or?
I don't be bored, but that's like what I really just like to watch and everything. So like I watch YouTubes on like factual things. Like I just get into certain, it's a job. Everybody has a job. You can't complain about getting up and doing a job. The only thing I could complain about is millions of people that love you and then millions of people getting in your head and telling you that you don't deserve your job that you work hard for. That's what it is. We all have jobs. That's what it is about being an adult. Don't complain. Everybody want to complain. I work so hard. You have to work hard to pay your bills. But when you work hard and people tell you that you don't deserve the success that you have, and you don't deserve to do what you do after you put in so much work, that's what with you, for real.
What makes you feel like that every day? What are the things that make you feel like there's people constantly coming at you? What does that look like in your life?
I tell you something that like been going on for like a hot minute, right? Like a lot of people think that I put out music, that I put out an album, that I don't be putting out this and that because, I don't know, they always say that like I'm always getting pregnant all the time. But I don't think people follow timelines. When it comes to having kids, I'm very seasoned by now. I'm very seasoned right now. When I had my child at the beginning, I canceled going on a tour with Bruno Mars because it was my first time having a kid. I did not know anything. I didn't have no nanny, no night nurse. I was figuring out all by myself. I was figuring out postpartum. I was figuring out everything, right? But even when I had a child, it didn't stop me. 3 months after I gave birth, I was doing shows, 4 or 5 shows a week into COVID. Then COVID happened. And I put out this big record, WAP, and I put up. Then I got pregnant. And people thought that I didn't put out an album because I got pregnant. But the reason why I didn't put out an album is because I didn't have a body of work. I just didn't have a body of work. So I couldn't put out no music because I didn't have a body of work. Then last year, I was planning to have an album. I was planning to put out an album. But I couldn't focus. I fell in the deepest depression that I had ever had. And with that depression, I couldn't function. I couldn't function at nothing. And when I talk about function, it's not even like, oh, just working. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do nothing. So that just halted everything that I had. So it's not really because of having a baby. Sometimes too, I don't be wanting to put music because I love being in the studio and I love creating music and I love perfecting my craft. And that's like baking a cake. You bake a cake, you practice baking the cake, you practice baking a cake. And then when you put out the songs, sometimes it be good. And sometimes like people would just be like, we hate it and she shouldn't be doing this. And that's like you baking a cake. You bake a cake, and people eat the cake. And then people be like, this is the worst cake ever. And they splat it. Have you ever seen the Simpsons movie? Yeah. Shit when they splat the cake? That's how I be feeling. And it's like, that is the worst feeling ever. That's like a guy you and you think you have the best pussy in the world and they tell you your pussy's trash. You should never fuck nobody no more. That's just how I feel. Like, you work, you try to do your best to perfect your craft, and somebody just tell you like, you shouldn't be doing this, you should never do this ever in your life. It brings you down so much and it fucks with your mental so much that it's like, this is why I kind of avoid it. Just for a peace of mind. Just for a peace of mind. I've been okay for almost a year. Like after I gave birth to my daughter, I was a little happy. I was going outside. I started dating. I started feeling really good. Sometimes I have bad days. Sometimes I have good days because I feel like I'm resetting in life. Last week when I put out a song, and it's not really the criticism in the song, the way that people ate me up, tore me up, chewed me up, just because of one song, I feel like I didn't deserve that. Especially for a song that I put so much work in. That I just was like, this is why I don't really put music out like this, because I remember how this used to feel. This is a very terrible feeling to have. This is a very terrible feeling to have. And you tell yourself, like, it's like a lot of these people that are telling you these type of things don't have no jobs, don't have no titles, don't have no this. But when it's millions and millions and hundreds of thousands of people, like, it's like, not only are they criticizing the song, they're criticizing you as a whole. It just be like, this is why I don't really put things up too much. Because it's just like the mental health, the peace of mind is so much, you just gotta ask yourself sometimes, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it? Because I haven't felt down like last week for a very long time. For almost like a year. Almost like a year.
Talk to me about that depression. For you, as confident as you are, as bold as you are, to be so vulnerable, and I'm so sorry you went through that, but to be so honest and open about the fact that a year ago you were in this dark depression, and it seems like the worst it had ever been.
Yeah.
What got you there? Why were you feeling so low?
It was just a lot of pressure from my career. And I also felt like my marriage, like I felt the love dying. From my end, from my end, from his end, I was very lonely because I chose to be lonely. I was saying like, you know what? I can't go through this anymore. I have to put a stop to it. But when I said I was going to put a stop to it, because you could say you're going to put a stop to it, and you could go a month without being around somebody. It's not until you, it's not when you say so. It's when your heart say so.
Mm.
I kept telling myself, I will not contact this person for a month. I will not give in. I will not forgive this easy. I will not go back. I will not go to the patterns. I will not go through it. But I was crying every day. I was hurt every day. I was out here in LA in a mansion by myself. I was thinking about it every single day. And when your heart is not done, your heart is not done. Then I told myself, I'm pregnant. I'm going to accept I'm going to accept my flaws, the flaws that I bring in this marriage. I'm going to apologize for it, and I'm going to work on it. And when I take accountability and you take advantage of me taking accountability, and you take that as I know she'll be back, instead of me taking accountability and you taking advantage of that, it really just killed everything. And while it was dying, I had a human growing in me. And I just kept thinking, like, it's like, what's life going to be without this person? What life going to be without raising my last child without this person? What's life going to be with that person not being my friend anymore, without nothing? When you have those type of thoughts, it will make you sad. It will get you depressed. It will have you lost. But I overcame that, and I am the strongest that like I have ever been. Like, I almost feel like, when was I ever my strongest? I felt my strongest when I was 22, 23, 24. That's when I felt like my strongest, and I was like living in a power. And that's how I feel right now. Like, I feel like I live in a power. And it took months for the heart to say, you're done, instead of my mouth and my brain. My heart had to be like, you're done. Because you could say it and you could take actions. But even if you take actions, if you're not done, you're not done. Like, I kept asking, like, around that time I was working with Shakira, and I was like, how the did you overcame this? Like, how did you overcame this? And it's like, it's going to happen. And it's like, it will never happen. And it happened. It took some crying. It took some thoughts, scary thoughts. But I'm here, honey.
Yeah.
I'm here, and I'm the strongest I've been, and I'm just...
I love hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but it was hard.
I can tell. I could tell. I could see it as I'm speaking to you. It's not easy, and I think those moments in all of our lives are the most difficult moments. What did you do for your mental health at that time? What did you do? What actions did you take? What did you have to do to keep yourself together and come back the strongest you are right now? I think there are so many people who are listening who have probably been through similar things, who feel broken, feel hurt, feel lost and confused. What worked for you that helped you come back the strongest you've ever been?
I don't know if it was just time, because I kind of did a little bit of everything. Like, I did do therapy. I did saw a therapist. She's really good, by the way. It was like on Zoom, and it was like, I was telling myself, like, it's like, I can't believe I'm telling a whole stranger my feelings, my thoughts, my personal business for 3 fucking hours straight. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? That just feels so weird.
Yeah.
I was in there. I did therapy I did a couple of sessions. They didn't give me nothing. I was all spring, all summer recording. It just wasn't like enough. I just felt like I just had to let it die on its own. let things die on its own. And the bad thing about it is that it's like, not only am I dealing with that, that's my personal life. I was also dealing with fans putting pressure on me because they want, they want an album, they want products from me. I had people that don't like me talking down on me. And then I had peers trying to start problems with me. And all of that while I was going through a mental fucking breakdown at home. So it was just a lot. It was like, I'm trying to work it. I'm trying to sleep it. After I gave birth to my daughter, my baby girl, I was just like, okay, take a break from work. And I was just going out every weekend with my friends. It was scary talking to somebody else and giving them a little piece of me, not just out my heart, just a little piece of me. But I overcame that. And that's why I feel like I just became a little bit more better, like just resetting.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that time is the ultimate reset.
Mm-hmm.
And time does have a healing power that we, the cliche of time heals all wounds.
But it's the truth.
But it's true. Yeah, it's a cliche because there's truth in it.
Yeah.
There's some reality in it that time and distance and being patient enough. I was working with a client recently who was going through a breakup, and when we would speak in the first month, she would tell me every single day that she couldn't stop thinking about the guy she was breaking up with, that broke up with her. And then the second month, she'd tell me every other day. And then the third month, she'd tell me once a week.
Yeah.
And then the fourth month, she was just telling me once a month. And I was like, you don't see it, but I see that it's affecting you less and less and less as time goes on. But when it's you feel like you're just still stuck there. And so it's such a great reminder that time is the ultimate reset and time does heal.
And just because time heal, like in the meantime, don't think that like you shouldn't like try to get help, because it's like therapy didn't really help me like that.
It didn't work for you.
Not as much. Well, maybe because I didn't get to the part of where you get the help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did do it like 6 sessions. I don't know how long. Like sometimes when I give advice to girls, I be like, bitch, boss up, go to work, get pretty. But even when I was doing that, I had like a pain in my heart. And sometimes when I was going out with my friends and I was having a good time, it will always be like around 4:30 a.m. when it's time to go home. And I'm drunk and I'm thinking to myself, I am alone. I don't have nobody to talk to. And it feels really weird and it feels very lonely, especially when you're used to that. However, don't avoid that. Don't avoid that, but it will be time that will heal it. It will be time. Time just heals everything.
When you said again last week, you were saying when you put new music out, it was kind of the lowest you'd felt in another year.
All right, guys, that is all that we're going to watch when it comes to Cardi B's portion of the... I really like how he allowed her to speak and didn't interrupt her. A lot of people were agreeing with me in that on the comments, and also when I posted a clip on it the other day. I really loved how vulnerable Cardi B was in this interview. She was being herself. She was speaking her truth, and hearing that she was in deep depression when she wanted to basically unalive herself, remove herself from this earth, really was hurtful to me. It pained me, because it's like that same year that she was feeling that, I was feeling the same way too. And it kind of gave me flashbacks of when I too wanted to not be in this earth because of a relationship, because of my body pain, because of my finances, my car breaking down and just the engine dying. Things were just going bad left and right for me 2024. And when she said that she was at the lowest that she ever been, that hurt me, because I was like, damn, she was going through the same thing I was going through. Not the same thing, but like the same emotions I was going through. And I feel bad for her. And like I said in my other clip, for the haters out there that don't like Cardi B, if you watch this interview and still hate her, they're just a spiteful, hateful human being who has no type of empathy towards anything or anyone but yourself. You're just an evil person. I don't really care what you guys say. But yeah, I feel like you get to know the real her in this interview. And like I said, I do love the respect they have for each other. Like she's been through a lot, and I'm really rooting for her. And I love that she prays. I didn't screen record that portion, but I love that she prays every night, because I do too. You know, God is, sometimes when you have nobody, you got God. So all in all, I feel like finally they got to a point where it's all done. I feel like because Offset's version was recorded on in March, I feel like he kind of backpedaled on that, because months later, or the same month actually, he spoke negatively about Cardi B online, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he's been going back and forth with her current partner ever since. So I'm just like, he did that interview to make himself look good, and I feel like Kiki posted that interview when she did, which is yesterday, because she wanted to make him look good. Oh, he said all this, but you know, he said this in March. I don't know, sweetie. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good to me. But at the end of the day, I did love that. Like I said earlier, I did love the fact that they discussed. I guess they're like kind of a mutual understanding, I guess. But I love that they both didn't. Nobody disrespected anybody during the interview. Everyone said their wrongdoings, where they went wrong, and how they could be better. That's what I'm gonna say. I really love that, and I'm happy that they're moving on. Both of them are moving on with their lives. I'm happy for Cardi and her new baby that's on the way. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to find out what the gender is in February or whenever she has a baby. But yeah, my thoughts on the whole thing is that's my thoughts on it. I loved both interviews. I didn't like Kiki's slight shade towards Cardi, but it's whatever. And I feel like when you're interviewing someone, you shouldn't be biased. I think you should just interview. I get that she's more closer to Offset, but I just feel like she was just so biased. Same with the whole other interview she did with the whole Love Island situation. I feel like you should be very neutral when it comes to interviewing someone. That's what I love about Jay Shetty, is that he's very neutral. He has no preconceived thoughts on the person he's interviewing. He just interview them like as if he never met them before. So I feel like if Kiki had that mindset, she would flourish in her journey of being an interviewer much better. I feel like if you're gonna be interviewing people, just be neutral. And I don't like how she was answering some of his questions for him, and she did the same thing with that in Love Island thing too. I don't like that when people to answer for themselves, speak for themselves. But other than that, I feel like both interviews were very good. I liked both of them, and I would recommend you guys watching them. I will link both interviews in my bio. What are we on TikTok? I will link both interviews in my description box down below, and if it doesn't allow me, I'll put it in the comment section. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of want to post this video this week instead of the other video, because this video is like it's happening now, you know. So I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna say for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
High volume. Am I really that much?